The Straw Hats are one of the most diverse teams in all of Shonen, with some of the most unique abilities split between them. That being said, I think it'd be pretty easy to slime them all.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass on.
Alright, that being said, I'd start with Usopp. You know, be on some island, probably scamming some kids, right? And I'd walk up to him and be like, oh my god, it's Captain Usopp, I'm your biggest fan. Can I get an autograph? And be like, oh my god, of course, absolutely. And then I stab him to death. Usopp's like basically just a guy. So I think this would work. Now Nami's a bit tougher, she doesn't have as big of an ego. So now what I do is I take $1, right? And I put it under a conveniently placed anvil. And then when her Jewish tendencies take over and she goes and reaches for the dollar, I just drop the anvil on her head, immediately killing her.
That's the problem right there. What is that? The turbinator. See, the turbinator hooked up to the motor. The motor ain't pushing enough pressure out for the gas pedal. The gas pedal got a lot of dirt in that oil. If you can look right here, you see that dust box? The bust box letting out.
Now here's where it gets tricky. Chopper is honestly pretty underestimated. He has a variety of forms that could all basically whoop my ass easily. And if that is enough, he can turn into like a giant monster and just like squash me to death. So here's where I get creative. I lace his shit with Fen. You know, it might take a day, it might take a week, but yeah, no, eventually it'll take a rumble ball and overdose. Now you think Robin would be very difficult. She has a Delta Fruit that can instantly restrain me if she even catches a whiff of danger. However, if you read Egghead or saw my video on it, you'd know she actually has a crippling weakness. So basically what I do is I tell her that there's a Motel 8 nearby. So I just offer her a bed, she'd immediately fall asleep, and then I just shoot her in the head.
Steve is taking his first baby steps. Look at him go.
Yo, what the fuck is up, Kyle?
Oh!
Brook is the one I had to think about the most. He doesn't really have any weaknesses. His Devil Fruit has like a lot of random ass abilities. So I really had to think about this, but then I realized something. Since he died and came back to life, he's basically an enemy of Christ. So I'm like 99% certain if I throw holy water on him, he'll just like... And yeah, no, pretty easy.
And I want you to make me a Krabby Patty!
Response.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick when y'all just stroking my shit.
What?
When you were in high school, did the school ever give you like a shitty Chromebook that you would have to use for all of your assignments? And did either you or a friend one day just take like a big ass magnet for whatever reason and just kind of like put it all over it and starts bugging out, completely breaks it? Yeah, I'd basically do that to Franky's head, factory reset him.
Fish.
Alright, Jinbei. Here's where we get to the heavy hitters. One of the monster trio. I lure him into a restaurant because Jinbei's a classic guy, always dressing up. So I lure him to a restaurant, and then I throw a deep fryer on his ass. Yeah, so basically for Sanji, I pull out my phone. I'm like, hey, you can use this thing to search Nami OnlyFans cosplayers. And then Sanji will immediately snatch the phone out of my hand and start gooning. And then I'll shoot him in the back of the head, Mice of Men style. Yeah, you know, Zoro's a pretty simple guy, and simple things need simple solutions. So basically I just walk up to him like, hey man, you want some free lick? And then he drinks it. Unbeknownst to him, I lace it with more fen.
I say right foot creep, ooh, walking with that heater. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see you. Catch them bad, walk down, face them with that heater.
Luffy, there's like a million ways to kill him. Basically offer him literally any food, and either like lace it with fen, or like make him eat another devil fruit. He'll eat it without a second thought. And if it's the devil fruit, he'll fucking explode. If it's the fen, you know, he'll like tweak to death basically. You could also be like, oh my god Luffy, I'm your biggest fan. As a bit, can I shoot you with this gun? And he'd be like, yeah, okay, fuck it. Unbeknownst to him, it's Sea Prism Stone, and I just shot him in the head and he's dead. So yeah, basically, if I was a Cypher Pole agent, I could have the Strawhats dead in like a weekend. No hockey, no fruit, just pure fen.
No, this shit waste!